Financial inequality is a condition where a portion of the society are incapable to access what the other portion are able to access. Often this condition is caused by the failure of government to create an equal system where financial inequality is non-existing. This shows why these people who are living on a poorer condition should be the only one given access to academic resources we are very proud to propose. Our stance here is that we believe not only in the principle level it is justified to focus only on these people with financial necessity, but we also believe that it will bring a lot of benefits and a boost in their academical year will thus improve their living condition and even take them out of the poverty that they are currently living in. So we define scholarship as subsidization that is given by the government or the academic instances to cut down or even remove the fee of education. Should only be granted on the basis of financial necessity means that we will only grant the scholarship towards people who are less capable and with less financial resources, that they are incapable to access the education itself. So we won't grant the scholarship towards parties who are capable to afford it despite of good performances in terms of academical performance. We believe that that shouldn't be the main priority of the government. So two things that I'm going to talk on this debate, two arguments. First, on why is it justified at the principal level to only give scholarship to the ones who are on financial necessity, and second, on why is it effective to improve their living condition. First, on why is it justified. Remember that the government is responsible towards the living condition of these poor people. The premise of the existence of these poor people at the first place is held accountable towards the country itself. This shows that there is a flaw, a weakness, and an error in terms of economical system that is made by the government. This looks like the lack of support, the lack of promotion, and the lack of media and facility that is provided by the government in order to enhance the financial condition and the financial equality of this individual. This proves why a retribution should be made and why the government is responsible to give the retribution and the payback towards these poor people, as this retribution will only give them back what has been indirectly taken away from them. A preemptive is that even if the opposition talks about how it is unjust, as everybody should have equal opportunities provided, we believe that the existence of poverty itself on the very first place has shown that the inequality is already in existence in advance. And thus, if we want to make things equal, if we want to restore just fairness and thus we need to restore the lives of victims of the systematic flaws that is made by the government. Therefore, they're the ones who deserves the scholarship, which can improve their living condition in the long term, and only in that way the equality and the fairness can be a shift in our side of the house. Getting to my second argument on why is it more effective this way. Remember that the slots and seats of scholarships should go to the ones who are actually in need. This comes from the acknowledgement of the premise that yes, scholarship is finite and limited. There is cost made for every slot. That there are sacrifice that is made. There are investment. There are resources that is made towards each one of the scholarship seats. Therefore, where these seats are given to should be paid attention to, and we need to give them towards the ones who are actually in need and the ones that are on the top priority. A preemptive here is that even if the opposition talks about how we need to prioritize ones who have better education performances and how there will be cases where the poor can still access scholarship, they are smart enough and they show good academical performances and they ended up getting the scholarship and they just need to work harder. We refuse that assertion, as what happens in their side are, yes, smarter and talented individuals will get the scholarship, but there will be a range of poor people who might be potential but are already demotivated at the very start, as it seems impossible for them to have a proper and good education. And those cases where the poor are capable to get the scholarship are only a minority case on the opposition side, and on our side of the house, we will open more, and we will only give the scholarship seats that are already invested in only towards the ones that is in need, and in this case towards the ones who are on a financial necessity. And as the worst case that could happen on our side, let's say, is the ones who are rich and have plentiful amount of financial resources. They have a kid who are truly capable and have a good academical performances, but they are not given access towards the scholarship. At least even if that happened, they at least can still pay for the school fee of their kids even without the scholarship, which means that good and potential individuals won't go to waste, as the rich and the middle ones in terms of financial resources can still afford it, and there won't be a total cut in terms of education for them, as they can still at least pay maybe more money so that they can continue the education, while the poor on our side of the house are still subsidized by the government. So the rich and the middle class people will still be able to access education as they have better resources, and the poor are given scholarship and they are able to access education. Whereas even on the best case, one of the best and remember that one of the best way to reduce and diminish the poverty level in a country is through a good education system. When an individual are facilitated to grow, when an individual are given the tools, the knowledge, the skills, when an individual got that degree and now are capable to find a better occupation, those are the times when they can lift up their family's condition out of the poverty. These kinds of scenarios, these kind of opportunities are the cases that we want more in our side of the house, and therefore we believe that it will be more useful and more helpful if the scholarships are only given towards these people with financial necessities and they have a financial economical prioritized. So to draw a comparison, in their side of the house, the poor people won't be able to change their living condition. Even if there are some cases they are capable to learn and got the scholarship, we believe that on their side of the house, the number are less significant, and that will be only a really minority case, as most of the poor people will already be demotivated by the living condition that they are currently in. They will already be demotivated by the environment that they see on the surroundings. But if we can create on our side of the house, we create an environment where all the poor people can get scholarship, then it will motivate them even more, and thus we will open up more opportunities towards these poor people, and we are able to restore what has been unjustly taken away from them, and thus improve their living condition. Therefore, we're truly proud to propose.